Hello, Apps here from Dimp Digital. Welcome to Buy It or Bin It. On this edition, we take a look at highly acclaimed indie title, Her Story. Her Story has earned itself a Dimp Digital Buy It seal of approval, and this review will take you through my experience with Her Story and give it its official grading. Let's kick off with my cards on the table. First off, I played this on PC. Primarily because it's not available on consoles, so you're going to have to play it on PC or another equivalent of that. And lastly, I played this cooperatively, which I feel added an extra element to this game. Now, the reason I say that is because Her Story is a very unconventional game. Many people will say to you that it isn't a game, which I don't necessarily agree with, but to break it down, all you actually do in Her Story is search a database with phrases or words and watch fictional live action police interview tapes. And I'm not even overly simplifying things there. You type in a word, and if that word comes up in the interview dialogue, it will show as a result in the video. You then watch the video and gain information of it. Now, it sounds a little bit bonkers, and it is a little bit, but what you're essentially trying to do here, what the setup is there's a missing person and you're trying to get to the bottom of it by investigating these tapes. So you watch and you study the tapes, hoping that perhaps a new person, a location or an event is mentioned. You can then put that into the database and advance with your own personal findings and push the story along and find out what the hell is going on. The narrative and the acting is very strong, which is super important for this because it leans on these two elements almost exclusively. If the acting or the plot was toilet, then Her Story would be an absolute complete disaster. Fortunately, it's not, and I think that most people that will give it a chance will get sucked into it, and you'll be surprised at the direction that Her Story can take you. And at heart, it is a puzzle game, and if you can get past the lack of conventional mechanics and storytelling, then you're going to have a very unique and positive experience of Her Story. And I feel like it works really well playing it cooperative, playing it with others, because you can bounce ideas of each other and decide where to go, write things down, and it all does get very interesting. And as I said, because the story and the acting is so good, you do kind of feel like you're almost like a police officer sitting there watching through these tapes trying to figure out what's going on. But my official grading for Her Story is silver. Thanks for your time, and ta-da.